Okie dokie, it is Thursday and it is time to draw with me, Kyle Webster. I'm your host. Thank you for joining me for the Draw Along Show. Hope you are all doing well out there, wherever you are in the world. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. It's so cool to see people from all over the place, all over this blue globe, joining in for some all ages, all skill levels drawing fun. So I want to thank you for being here. So today we're going to do a really different kind of drawing. This is going to be an actual scene. We almost never do this. Usually we draw a specific object, a specific animal, or a person doing something, but this time it's going to be a little bit more of an environment with a subject, a figure, but it's still going to be extra simple, and that's what's fun about these drawings. All right, so let's say hi to some folks. We have Thalia and Giovas. Am I saying your name right? Giovas? Gosh, I hope so. I see Sam is here, and RB, and Christelle, and Mercurial, and Fabio, and Annika. Nice to see you, Annika. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Hope the weather is nice where you are. We've got some beautiful weather here. It was really hot, and now it's cooling down, and it's beautiful. I love it. It's great. Not as hot, not as cool as it was when the dinosaurs were around. We know it was different temperatures over there, and I just got done watching that amazing Crash McCreary interview that we did at Adobe Live. That was pretty cool. He worked on the Jurassic Park dinosaur illustrations, one of the artists working on that show. Quite the drafts person, folks. You know he did his drawing when he was a kid, that's for darn sure. Speaking of dinosaurs, what do you get if you cross a dinosaur with a pig? Weird question. What do you get when you cross a dinosaur with a pig? Jurassic Pork. I'm going to stop apologizing because I just say sorry so much about the jokes, but it is what it is. Grab yourselves something to draw with, please. You need a pencil, a crayon, a marker. Maybe you can get yourself a nice dinosaur bone, preferably like a spike from the tail of one of those ankylosauruses maybe, and dip that in some goo and draw with it, okay? Whatever you want. I'm not going to judge. To do these drawings, what do you have to do? Well, if you've been here before, you know the drill, folks. You have to be able to do 3 simple things: a straight line, zigzag, curvilinear, right? Could be a C curve, could be like that. Woo! If you can do those 3 simple things, you can follow along with the drawing today and every day here on the Draw Along Show. So why don't we begin? Today's drawing is going to start with a curvilinear line, and it's going to go up and over like this. Now, I'm going to tell you that these first 5 lines we draw for today's drawing, you know what? You can kind of mix them up and change them. They don't have to be extra accurate, so don't you worry about that. So I'm just going to go like that. Now, if yours looks a little different, if it's like wider, longer, doesn't matter. The general configuration of the lines is what matters, okay? So this one goes up this way. This one kind of falls down around like that, right? And then over here, we're going to go up and out. So we got one down this way, kind of up and out. This one's kind of out that way. What am I doing? I'm making them all a little different and it's kind of facing in different directions, right? Different direction. The ones at top are a little bit more curved. You notice that? And we'll do one more. And this one is just going to kind of drop down like that. So it's a little closer to this, okay? And that should work out well for what we're trying to do today. So that's the beginning of the drawing. Imagine it's like you're drawing sort of like 5 legs of a spider, right? Not all 8, if you like. Annika's asking already questions about what it could be. Early guesses, folks. Is this a clown? It is not a clown. Not a clown. Hey, more folks are joining us. I see Zaiji is here. Nice to see you. And Cassie. What's up, Cassie? How you doing? Clever's here. Joan's here. Nice folks, all joining along for the Draw Along Show. All right, let's move it on. All right, here we're gonna do this. Jing da da ba doo ba dee ba da ba doo ba doo ba da ba da ba da. Check it out. Just drawing lines that follow with the curve. How interesting! Now this one we're going to go on the left side, and we move more and more parallel as we go. A little shorter too. Okay, see that? And then over here, same kind of drill. Only I'm going to do both sides here. Bum, 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 bum. Now over here, I'm gonna skip a few and just kind of come it on this side like that. Over here, more of the same, okay? More of the same over here. Notice how I'm leaving a little space there between the original line and those extra lines that I'm drawing. Okay, now here in the middle, what do you want to do? Well, you can just make any old shapes you like, doesn't matter. See that? Little zigzag there, little zigzag action. And what do you know? We have the top of a palm tree, some palm fronds. Say palm fronds 5 times really fast. Now from here, I'm gonna leave a little space and I'm just gonna travel on down this way. So this is a long line. I'll zoom out so you can see this. See that? It's a long one. Coming all the way down this way. Now next to it, I'm gonna start in here and I'm gonna make it go a little wider as I travel down. Okay, but not a ton, not a ton, okay? There you go. Now here inside the trunk, just a few more little lines. That's just gonna add a bit of texture there, you know? Make that a bit more interesting. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna do a long curved linear line. It's gonna kind of travel this way, bump up a little bit, and then travel down again. So it's like I'm following a path from here to here, so slight diagonal, but along that diagonal, I'm gonna make it a little more curvy. Check this out. And like that. Okay. Now, remember how we talk about straight lines on this show? Don't you worry about making lines perfectly straight. Not a problem. The next option you have here is this. You can make a straight line if you wish. You want to grab a ruler and do it. You want to freehand it. You want to rotate your paper and draw it vertically. That's always easier than trying to draw a straight line horizontally. Or you can even do this. You can make wavy line, okay? You decide what you want to do. I'm going to do a straight line, all right, like that. And then from here, to add variety, instead of doing this curve, a linear that goes like an S-curve sort of, right? I'm just going to go straight on down with a simple curve like that. Now we have our tree on an island. Now right here, I'm just going to add a couple of lines. See that? Leave a little space. And it makes it look like the tree is growing out of the ground there. Okay? And here on this side, okay, 1, 2, 3, a few little lines like that. And if you want to, you can do little lines around it, just to show that maybe there's something else growing there at the base. All right. Now you don't have to do any of this. You can leave this just as is. You want to leave it like this? That's fine too. You want to do this? You could put a little coconut in the ground there. Okay. You can do that too. It doesn't matter. Make it your own. Okay. I think what I'll do though is just something like this. A few little grassy bits. That's fine with me. Doesn't matter. And now here comes our subject on the left of the tree. Watch what we do here. We're just going to draw a curvilinear line that comes down like this. All right, we're going to go up slightly and then down. Watch. Up slightly and then down. Okay? Like, you know, a candy cane that got bitten into before you got the whole hook on there. All right, maybe I'm hungry. Next to this line, starting about here, we're just going to do that. See how it tapers ever so slightly towards this line? Starts out a little wider here and then tapers a little tiny bit. And then here we just do a little line like that. That's it. All right, check it out. Right here, little line like this. And then here, okay, we're going to do the beginnings of a circle. Watch, we're going to come up and over. And then we're just going to draw a little line like that. And then under it, we just finish it. See that? And here I put a little eye and a little ear. And just for fun, check this out. Little line like that. It's a fun way to just suggest maybe there's a little hair there, okay? And right here, for the line of the back, just put a little line like that. Look how quickly we can suggest a person. Isn't that neat? Palm fronds, palm fronds. Clever said with toy boat. Toy boat was the worst. Try saying toy boat 5 times really fast. You can't do it. Zaishi says it looks like Tintin. Totally. Tintin's one of my favorites. In fact, on that bookshelf behind me over there, I've got all the Tintins. Collected them all because I'm such a super fan. Fireworks was a good guess earlier on. I could see why you would think it was fireworks. Yeah, and Christelle also said Tintin. Tintin en français. Tintin. All right, let's carry on with our person here. Watch this. You're going to draw a line that comes up and then comes down like this with a slight curve. So it's going to come up, slight curve, and then down. And that's just suggesting a leg, okay? And then a little line like that. So that foot is behind the hill there, okay, the island. Now, a couple small things. Here in the foreground, you just do a few more of these little lines. So that shows us that the water is coming towards us, that it's got a surface to it. Okay, and if you want to do a few dots here and there, you can do that on your island. And that's it. You are done. That is the You Draw It portion of the show. There's so much you can add to this to customize it and make it your own. So much, right? We could add some little birdies in the distance, like this, okay? That's always a fun thing to do. You could add another landmass there so we don't worry about this guy and think he's completely in a deserted island. You could put a little boat out there, who knows? Maybe a little shark fin, maybe not, maybe that's a little scary, but you do what you want. Customize the drawing, make it your own. That's what we love about the Draw Along show, is you can take these drawings that are very simple to start with and you can embellish and you can create things. Use your noodles, okay? Noodles up here, your brains, to make something cool and clever and different. Alrighty, we're going to move on to a little art tip. I love to do these art tips, and today's is a good one. Sometimes you have to draw things like cars, right, or trucks, or even some kind of a cart, you know, something that has 4 wheels, or more. I want to show you a little trick for drawing those cars when you're drawing them in sort of a 3/4 perspective. Now here's a mistake a lot of people make. They'll try and be like, okay, here's a wheel. I know there's another wheel up here, and there's another one back here, and back here, and you know, they try and build the car around it like that and try and make it work, okay? But let me show you a better way to do this, alrighty? Let me show you a more accurate way to do this so you don't have to do any guesswork. Here's what you do. You start out with your first ellipse for the tire, the wheel, right? And what you do is you decide, okay, well, what's my angle here? And let's say this is here, I'll make it even more extreme. I'll do this. I'll do like this. All right, we're going back this way, okay? So I'm using the rules of perspective. I know that eventually these lines are going to converge and they're going to meet up with one another, right? And I say, okay, here's my other wheel. Now what I do is I treat the wheels, right, like cylinders. Like they're all one part, they're all one piece. So that this wheel and that wheel, this is the top or bottom of the cylinder, this is the bottom of the cylinder, top of the cylinder, however you want to look at it. That's the first thing I do. Then I decide, okay, now how am I traveling back, right? In the other direction to my second vanishing point here. Put another wheel back there, right? And remember how we have these lines informing us about what's happening on this side. So I'm going to travel back towards those here, right? And then I'm just going to take these and travel back towards these. Okay, so I'm treating it all like one object. Does that make sense, folks? Like one big object where this is connected to this is connected to this is connected to that. Kind of like a tank, all right? That's how you want to look at it. So then, even the center points, you know, the centers. That just helps me to place these accurately. So all these guidelines mean I'm going to get that right. Okay, so then what I can do, I sketch all that, right? Nice and lightly. Then when I'm ready, I can say, okay, cool. Now I can draw my tires of my vehicle here, and I know that these are going to be looking good, right? And the rest that I draw around it is going to be fine. I'm not going to have to worry about guessing where to put all that stuff, right? And there you go. That's my art tip for the day, is to treat those 4 tires like 2 cylinders, okay? And line them up with each other so that you can get that drawing looking accurate. Same thing with any time you have to do stuff with wheels. All right, this is just going to be very helpful for you. Good little trick. There's our funny little car there. Okay. Something, by the way, that I just, I've never considered myself very good at drawing this kind of stuff, but at least I've got some tricks up my sleeve that I can use to get things semi-accurate. There's your art tip for the day. Alrighty. It is time for the old animal and activity game. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, this is where we're going to have you in the, oops, sorry. There it is. There's the alarm, folks. Appreciation Station. Almost forgot. Today, what's up, Thalia? We are appreciating you today. Don't know if you remember this, but the king of the orangutans had invited us to afternoon tea in his jungle palace. How exciting. And we went over there and everything was going pretty well until I realized that I had forgotten to bring something to the tea. You can't be a good guest without bringing a little something. I hadn't brought any treats, nothing like that. But here's the cool thing, Thalia. Everybody knows that you are like a walking patisserie, And you unzipped your backpack and opened it up, and my goodness, you had all kinds of delicious sweet rolls and pastries and biscuits in there. And so just you laid them out all pretty. And boy, the king of the orangutans was so happy, as were his subjects. And we looked like good guests. We looked like we knew how to do, if you know what I'm saying. So you'd be surprised how often a few pastries get you out of a jam. Thank you, Thalia, very much. We appreciate you today. And now, back to drawing. So, this is where you will suggest for me, in the chat, an animal doing something funny, strange, weird, unexpected, a little bizarre, and we'll draw it in the time we have remaining for the show. Remember, I'm watching the chat at be.net/live, okay? So if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, I'm not seeing your suggestions. Hop on over to be.net/live. Throw your suggestions in the chat. Let's look at some other things we've done in the past. We've done an owl playing the banjo. We've done a surfing monkey. How about that? We've done a sloth. I was talking about orangutans on a unicycle. And we even did yesterday a bald eagle wearing a very bad toupee. Can't make this stuff up, folks. You are really creative, and I love it. Let me get my light blue color to sketch with. I like it. And it is time for us to check the chat and see what we have. Let's see. All right. Yes, everyone is congratulating Thalia on being well prepared. Some ideas already in the chat here. We have a lion riding a bicycle, a cat painting a masterpiece. Those first two from Viola and Mercurial. RB says a goose driving a scooter. Jorge says a worm using a parachute. That's funny. Ronnie says a duck family on a skateboard. That's pretty cute. So duck with the ducklings. I like that. Ronnie, you're new to the show. Let's show you some love and let's do that. A duck family on a skateboard. Challenging for Kyle, but he's gonna do it. All right, let's see what we can do here. So here's my skateboard. Okay. And here we go. Hey, we were just talking about this wheels, right? So I know that the wheels are gonna go back. So I'm just gonna see the bottom of that wheel. Travel back this way. that other wheel. Wheel number 1, wheel number 2, 1, 2, number 4. And I might put the ducklings in front because I want you to see them, and the mom can be in the back. How's that sound? So a little duckling right there. This duckling can be like opening its mouth. And yelling. And then the mom can be sitting back here watching the whole scene. So we got 2 ducklings there in the front and the mom there. Maybe we just throw another little duckling sitting on her, also asleep. How's that? Okay. And then we're going to knock that back in opacity. I can still see it, just have to have a little something there as a guide. That's the beauty of doing sketches, right, folks? It really helps you out, especially in a show like the Draw Along Show where we're trying to bust out a drawing in like 3 or 4 minutes. But that's what makes it exciting, right? Wondering if we can ever get this done. And so far, we've had a few close scrapes, but we've been okay. Okay. Whoops. There we go. There is our mommy duck. Put that tail back there. Little shadow. And then we're going to have this little guy. There we go. Actually, that looks too much like a chick. I've got to make the beak a little rounder. There we go. That's more like a duck. There we go. And then this little fella. Okay. Skateboard comes back this way and around. Got one wheel right there. Another one right there. And we got the action lines. And guess what, folks? That is it. Hide that sketch. And there you go. Duck family on a skateboard. That's a fun suggestion. All right, excellent. Ducks on deck, quack attacks is clever. I love it. I love it. I love it. Folks, thank you very much for joining me for the old Draw Along show. That's 2 times this week, and we'll be back again next week. So hope you'll join us tomorrow. We're doing a special preview of the perspective drawing features as well as motion features in Fresco. So check that out, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Everybody please be kind, and I'll say ciao for now.